Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the Impression Wiz channel. I'll be your host today, your Dunkle Sands. And this is the second episode of the Stanley Parable. Now, Mike played the confusion ending last time. I'm going to play a couple of different ones. And we're going to skip the opening for me, because, call me lazy, I just want to get straight to it. And, of course,
but Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited.
Kinda doubt that,
Hours
but
passed,
okay.
then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I'm not even sure if that's a pun in this case, but oh well. At least I have a skull on my shoulders. But I'm not going to do just that ending. This would be too short of a video. So I'm going to do another one.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
I'm going to be too lazy to try and do that, because for some reason it's not even working. Can't get up on the desk that well. Only to leave the box. But anyway. Oop. Wrong button.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nope.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I hate to say it, but this kind of reminds me of an ending in my game. And I'm sure a lot of people know what ending that is. Although that's
Coming to a
game.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep. Here we are. Thought it was worth a shot. What do we got here? Computer.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Of course not. Are you sure that this office wasn't ran by a talking flower or a murderous child?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I'm just gonna set myself right here.
2845.
Gotcha. I'm just sitting here taking a break, thank you very much. I'm bone tired, don't you know?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You know, I think I'm just going to sit here a little bit longer. Kind of curious what'll happen if I don't do anything. And I'm bone tired. I said that one, didn't I? Oh well. Not gonna say anything. Oh, I guess I better get to it. Gotta love these loading screens, huh?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
More like, a feeling of...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I know there's an escape right there, but I'm just gonna do this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Just gonna...
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Probably does, but... oh well.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This Stanley guy really doesn't know anything about video games, does he?
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, let's do the good ending. Since I actually have control this time and not some little rat with a knife. And I'm sure in the comments there'll be some people that'll be like, oh, I'm Kara. Ha ha ha. Why don't you click the bomb ending?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Sure.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley might be, but so am I. Because with that, I get to do the outro. Mainly because I am tired. And time for me to go to sleep. So, thank you for watching. And thank you for coming for another Wednesday. If you liked this, please put a like on the video. If you want to see more content, please subscribe and probably ring that bell or whatever. And we'll see you Wednesday.